Hello there. I know, it's like, wow, look at all these videos. So many. So I had an idea out a while ago that basically was like, hey, why don't I ask questions like I've been meaning to a million times before and actually do the video on it? I opened up a new forum. You'll find that below in the description. And just ask me a question, and I'll answer it. I'll demonstrate it. I'll do the thing. So, without further ado, I have a few questions already. So, here they are. Question number 1 from Cjerotopia. Cjerotopia. Listen, I'm gonna utterly wreck all of these names. So don't hate me. What were your expectations about doing art for a living? How do you feel about what you have accomplished with your art? So that's like a mixed bag. I think I'm better off. Maybe. Oh, see, this is so hard to articulate. I could be so much better if I spent way more time, you know? I wish I spent more of that good old time when I was little doing the more figure studies, more of that stuff. But where I'm at right now, I can't be angry about it. I have a pretty cool following across Twitter and Instagram. It's cool. The YouTube is growing. I can't complain. I have a lot to do though. With that, I do have a part-time job, and when I was little, it would have been awesome to be like, hey, let's make all my money with game dev stuff and drawing. But that's just not how it is right now, and maybe I can make it that in the future. I think I did a pretty good job so far. All right, here we go with question number 2 from Twillywolf. Are you planning on making more comic-style content in the future? I know you're focused on pixel art at the moment, but I'd figure I'd ask. I always wanted to make comics. I love comic stuff. I actually started drawing back in middle school? Something like that. And I would draw comics with my friends. They'd be so absolutely cheap. I do have remnants of these on my DeviantArt. My DeviantArt goes so far back, it's like an embarrassing time machine. But you get to see my growth, and that's kind of why I keep it there. You kind of gotta. It's awesome seeing that. My Newgrounds might be a better example. It's a lot easier to go through, I think, and you could definitely see my growth there. But yeah, anyways, I started. I really do like comics, and I would love to do more comics. I'm just not. I'm not quite there yet. I could probably do it if I really tried to practice it, but I'm still practicing other stuff, so I'm getting there, and I'd love to do more of that sort of thing. Yeah, that's like a dream. When I do comics, I'll also be doing more animations. That's how that's gonna go. Question number 3 from Natronimus. Natronimus. What's your go-to chill game or just guilty pleasure game that has some sick characters, but you haven't gotten around to them yet? Oh, Guilty Gear. I'd love to get back to Guilty Gear. I played it for a while. Freaking sick characters. Love it. Tekken 8. Sick characters. Freaking love it. I want to get back to that. There's so many things I want to get around to. Street Fighter 6. Can't wait for Mai to come out. And for eventually Mika. I really want Mika. She was my girl in 5. Come on. Give her back. Give her back to me. What else we got? That's kind of... I can't think of any others. I know there's a ton of games with amazing characters, but I usually... for example, ZZZ. It's almost like every character's awesome. But I play that every day. So, I definitely got around to that. But, I like that question. Good stuff. From, Soren, or Saran, does art? Why and when did you adopt your stylized art style? So back in the day, let me tell you an old man story.
Hey everybody, an old man's talking.
Grandpa's the name.
I already had a style, kind of. It was kind of cheap. Very Mega Man, Cartoon Network sort of stuff. This little Avatar is kind of a remnant of that time actually, and that's why I like to keep it around. It's a great reminder, and it's very funny looking, and I like that. But after that, it started evolving a bit. I really loved like The World Ends With You back in when the DS was doing its rounds. Along with that, Mega Man was still a gigantic influence, and it just kept on kind of evolving. It finally hit that point where I was following a blog called Mecha Fetus that might be familiar to the OGs out there, but that had I'm not gonna remember all the names. Alex Ahad, EU03, and there were more. I'm sorry, a lot of them had their like regular names, and I forget regular names usually, but all of them in that group were so inspiring. And this was before I was like on Twitter doing things, so I basically checked out all their artwork from there, and they really helped me out with my style. Another thing, or another media that really, especially my older stuff, and I'm trying to bring it back with the new stuff because it just felt right. Inazuma, I'm gonna butcher the name, of course. Shoji Satao, it's the High School of the Dead artist. I love that style. If I could just absorb it and make it mine, I would be incredibly happy and content with life. I love it. Of course, there's some parts of it that I would fix, but their faces, perfect. Like the Bleach faces, also Bleach, Tite Kubo, perfect. So all these things kind of combine, and I'm missing out on a lot of artists, of course. But that's just a few, and of course, the reason why I adopted it is we all kind of draw what we want, how we want to look, stuff like that. And that's just, I guess, part of gaining a style. There's so much to it. And our last question from, let's say, Anonymous. Who or what are your inspirations for your OC designs? This is a awesome question. So, my OC back in the day, and I'll put these up on the screen, of course. Atropos, who's my flagship right now, she's been around for a while, and she has evolved quite a lot. Back when I was super into the Visu blog from Mecha Fetus, I wanted something like that of my own. And during that time, I was doing a bunch of like game dev stuff as well. Atro back then had longer hair. She almost had the same outfit actually too. She, instead of like a black tank top, she had a white tank top. I believe she still had the shorts, the black shorts, which were basically a ripoff of Yoko. In fact, Gurren Lagann might be one of the biggest inspirations behind Atro in general. Before Atro, I have a character Sigma, which you're seeing bounce around over here. This is, and always has been, kind of my like self-insert kind of thing. No, I don't look like this, but I always loved like that visor helmet kind of look, and this is that old comic style I would have back in the day. But the inspiration, because I know you're referring to the female characters, yeah, Gurren Lagann, and let's plop that right on the screen. Check them out there. Yeah, I'm not as, I mean, I'm creative sometimes, but in this case, like, all you have here is, I love the Marilyn Monroe look, and it happened this character kind of had a similar thing going on, and it just evolved from there. And over time, it's like, hey, let's give her that like pink sort of look there. And I think that actually popped up when Fortnite came out, because I think I don't remember exactly, it was a while back, but maybe it was when I saw Penny from Fortnite, and it's just like, oh, I like how the blonde goes into the like the strawberry blonde, that's a cool thing. And plop, mine now. So they just evolve with your, not with your taste, I guess with your, it's something you think is cool. So another one, Sina. Hers is an interesting one. I originally actually made her to be like a Ranma kind of character, and then just eventually just started drawing her as just that form. So she was really fun to make. It was kind of that like, oh, I need a long hair character, and since Atro is so warm colored, I'm gonna make Sina more cool colored. And from there, that's where I gave her more of that green that I love myself. I made her kind of that character to take that on, while Atro was more of like that opposite spectrum in a way. There's a lot of fun stuff to that, but yeah, I feel like that should probably do the trick. If you have any more questions, and if you're thinking of putting in a question, go for it. You could always be anonymous. You don't. So just check out the description, leave me a question, and I'll answer it just like this. I had the canvas ready to go, but like none of the questions kind of needed it, but I had it ready anyway. All right. And if you want to look at more videos in the meantime, go for it. They're over there somewhere. Cool. Catch you later.